Imagine it's a Saturday morning. The biggest shopping mall in has just opened. Thousands of people will walk through these stores today. Every visitor passes through security screens, hundreds of CCTV cameras, watches every halfway, every shop and every entrance. Employee uses ID card to enter restricted areas. Emergency exits cannot be opened for. This mall is impossible to break into. If you think, then it is little bit doubtable, because the security isn't only about the locked door. Someone might borrow an employee's access card, someone might convince an employee to open restricted door, a forgotten side entrance could be left unlocked, or the threat might already be inside. Every security system has one uncomfortable truth, that is, no defense perfect. So Kubernetes is that mall. That shopping mall wasn't really about a mall, it was Kubernetes cluster. Just like a mall, Kubernetes is built with many layers of security. Before the attacker reaches your application, they must pass through multiple security layers like RABC, API server network, gvisor. The API server verifies every request. TLS protect data while travel across the network. Network policies limit which pod can communicate. Container runs with a fewer privilege. Sandbox like gvisor create a layer of action. So this control stops thousands of attacks every single day. But security has one difficult problem: sleep noticeable crack into the system. So attacker only need one mistake. Sometimes the attacker succeeded. Maybe a stolen credential, maybe vulnerable application, maybe a simple human mistake. The attacker is now inside. We built strong defenses, but no one is watching what happens after the breach. Prevention protect the front door. What happens after someone get in? If an attacker is already inside a container, how can Kubernetes know something suspicious happening? So imagine someone secretly copies your debit card. You have no idea it has happened. Every transaction immediately creates a notifications. Nowadays, this facilities is available. Whenever you swipe a card, you get a notification this detect. So yes, so you know when you do payments, and when something you won't, it the notification would be there. So you can directly block, or you can report, so that the disaster could be avoided. So you see here the C react immediately, one tap and that card is blocked, and that the next purchase was declined. The first transaction wasn't prevented, but the damage stopped here. So limited damage could be happen if things are properly placed with awareness. So runtime security works the same way. It doesn't promise that the first attacker will never happen, but it promises that you will know before the attacker has time to do much more. So first detection turns a breach into a small incident instead of a disaster. So normal versus suspicious behavior. A Kubernetes cluster is always busy. Hundreds of pods are constantly working. Every second they perform thousands of actions. A web server receives a request, reads the application's file. That is completely normal. A database behaves differently. It reads data, writes a new record, and answers queries all day long. That is normal too. Why there is a cell running inside our web server? So reading password file, downloading unknown problem, executing unexpected script. None of these are a part of normal web. This is a security dashboard is noticed. So behavioral analytics doesn't ask is the process running. It asks is this behavior is normal for this application. Suppose someone got into the etc shadow file, and when something unusual happen, alert before attacker can do much more. But how the Linux see every file, read every network connection, and every process that start? The answer lies in something called as the system call, syscall. So how does Linux know? How did the system know the container was reading sensitive files? Good question. Applications don't report suspicious behavior themselves. Linux discover it another way. Every program runs in a user space, but hardware and the system resources belong to the Linux kernel. Can I open this file? See here. So whenever program needs something from the operating system, the request is called a system call or a syscall. Tell me what you need. So reading a file, writing a data, creating a process or network connect begin with the syscall. Like here, open file, start a process, connect this. There are many more syscall instead of this 4. There are many, but because every request passes through the kernel can see exactly what program is asking. So here some normal request is given, and but there are many more things affected with this. So runtime security tool don't guess what application are doing. They observe the system calls following through the Linux kernel. By watching those requests, they detect behavior that doesn't belong. So there is a tool, and that tool is as Falco. So in the next lecture, we'll do an postmortem Falco. Sorry, don't postmortem it because it's still alive and very powerful. So we study Falco. So next lecture we'll read Falco in big detail. We'll do practical, we'll do installation, we'll create files. This is very important from the exam point of view also. One question from the Falco is surely expected.